Hi everyone, welcome to Appliance Advisers. I'm Francesco, joined by my co-host as always, Dennis. Today we're going to talk about guided cooking programs and do they actually work? And really what we mean, what you're starting to see in a lot of pro ranges, wall ovens, is these bigger kind of touch screens, color screens, 7 inches a lot of times, but they have kind of guided cooking programs that will walk you through step by step. And now you're starting to see these kind of from a lot of different brands as well. So we want to dive in a little bit just on the surface and say, do they matter? Do they actually work? Is it something you should consider? Any thoughts there to kick it off?
Listen, I like them. Some people are afraid of the tech, but I think this is, these guided cookings are simplified. Mm-hmm. And I think what it does do is, we'd all agree that as technology and everything's just advanced, sometimes you don't use half the technology because you're afraid of it. Yeah. And these guided cooking technologies really make it simple. And I think it serves a family quite well, or even an individual user. So, just if you're the main person that's going to be cooking, it helps you explore modes. Maybe it's a dehydrate mode, maybe it's a proof mode, maybe it's a pizza or a convection. And it really, when I tell you it guides you, it's telling you, it's taking you right through, and showing you maybe where the rack position is and how to actually prepare the meat, whether you tie the meat. You can, if it were meat, but takes you through, and it also will give you a lot of recipes. And really, so if you're someone maybe that doesn't cook fish all the time, it really shows you the pan, shows you the temperature, shows you how to prepare it. And I think it's great as well for kids, right? So, definitely. Kids can actually have fun with cooking. You can use that. You can program cycles so that, when your child gets home, you don't have to worry about are they gonna, burn them out. They can actually start a meal for you because you can just put it as a favorite and touch it and start it. So I think it makes it very approachable. And I think a lot of people from there, those guided cookings, just to understand, are just a guide. You can choose to use them or not. If you want to go the way old school and just how to use this thing and go, then great. But I think it really helps you understand some of these new modes and really maximize the opportunity to use all the features that are within the range.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you talk about some of those brands, like Wolf has Miele has it, SKS, Monogram. So there's definitely a lot of brands that now, Fisher Paykel will start to kind of incorporate these. And you look at ones like the Wolf and the Miele specifically there too. It's exactly what you said. It's all touch, really easy to use. A lot of pictures there oftentimes that kind of show you exactly what to do. Tells you where in the oven to put it, the timing. The Miele has a couple cool things as well there too in their MasterChef program where, one, the ranges can be plumbed directly to a water line on certain ranges. So if you do things like bread, things like you said, like even if you know how to cook, but you want to try something new, like, maybe you've never baked bread at home, like this will tell you it's like 30 different types of breads that you can cook. It will incorporate steam to get a crust on there and really walk you through everything on there. So some really cool features. And you talk about the Miele too, as far as kind of being able to maybe set something up for your kid. Like you can literally set up multi-step cooking for multiple parts of the meal. So you might have your beef or your chicken and then the side dish as well. And it'll tell you, you can save it, program it, tells you when to put this in, when to put that in, when to take this one out, when to take that. So it really walks you through everything. So you can kind of set everything up in the morning, and then your kid gets home from school or wherever, you get home late, you kind of put that right in, or myself, tell me exactly what to do, put that right in there. So a lot of really cool things. And then again, brands like SKS as well with the really big touchscreen and pictures on there. I think for a lot of people, they're really beneficial. And like you said, it's one of those things that you don't necessarily need to use, but if you want to try something new, and I think no matter how good of a chef you are, I think you're always looking at maybe new recipes at times too. It just kind of brings everything right there for you.
I always, you brought up Miele, and I remember Miele was kind of the first with this guided cooking. And I remember years ago selling to a woman, and she was a self-professed amazing cook. She had big parties. She loved to cook. And I remember showing her the MasterChef feature in the Miele and saying, hey, this really makes it simple. And she was kind of poo-pooing the idea of it because she knew better. And I said, well, sometimes I cook maybe a meat or something that I don't cook all the time. And this really cuts through because literally there is a picture of of how red or cooked through the meat is. And you're sliding it and you're seeing this red go away or get, more red and juice in there. And so she proceeded to say to me, well, listen, I'm a gourmet cook. My girlfriend's actually coming in next week. She's a gourmet cook. Well, I said, so let's do this. She goes, I said, what's something you cook all the time? She goes, we do a lot of roasting hens, like these little roasting chickens. So I said, okay, great. We'll bring a couple in and let's try to throw them in the oven. So what they did is Her girlfriend, who was another self-professed amazing gourmet, went to another oven across the showroom and just did it traditionally. Her recipe, the way she did. We put salt, pepper, put it in the oven, and used MasterChef. It literally told you where to stick the temperature probe. It did everything.
Yeah.
We sat there and chatted. We talked about everything under the sun while her friend was over there really hustling and working this chicken and doing all her things. When she was all done, we brought the chickens together. We cut into her friend that was really hustled and put in all the effort, and us that had a nice conversation. They both took one bite of the MasterChef oven, and they literally, one of them threw a drumstick like right on the table and said, all right, fine, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was just a funny story that really happened. And it shows you to the point of some people, we can check our egos at the door. If the thing's a little smarter than us, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'll certainly take the help for sure. There's no question about it. And like you said, it's also those cooking modes that it does it automatically. So, whatever you may be cooking, it might put it on convection roast for 45 minutes, and then it automatically lowers the temperature and finishes off on bake or broil. So it kind of does everything there for you in those multi-step cooking modes, because when it has those kind of recipes built in, it's all a computer algorithm that does it all for you.
And I'll tell you, maybe the part that has me sold, you think about those bigger meals, and we were just talking about a roast as an example. Mm-hmm. There's a temperature probe in there, and that temperature probe is giving feedback back to the oven to let it know speed up, speed down, change the mode, adjust the temperature based on how it's cooking. It's literally thinking for you. And what it really does that I like is it gives you an estimated date of doneness, a time of doneness. Yeah. So, really, 23 minutes it's going to be done.
Yeah.
And that's really cool to put the bread out, pour the milk, or the wine, and set your table and get people back in and get ready. It really takes the curse off of that. Oh my gosh, the buzzer just went up. Wow, I don't have any of my sides on the table. The kids are running around everywhere like, holy smokes. At least that's my world. So
yeah, sounds about right. So the one thing that people always kind of maybe have a hesitancy towards with electronics is service too. And it's like, well, is that going to be something that breaks more often? Am I going to have to worry about that?
Right.
What are your thoughts there?
The answer is just no.
Yeah.
It's not a factor.
Right.
Period, zero, end of story.
Yeah.
And every time we do this, there'll be a throwback that's going to tell me about their range that has not one digital control and they have no issue. I will tell you, in the less expensive ranges, let's call it a Samsung. Oh yeah, a lot of service. In these brands that we sell and the brands that we're talking about, it's not a reason to buy it or not buy it. Any hesitation. It's if you'll use it or not is probably the bigger decision. And if that speaks to you and you like how it lays out and works, So go to a store at the very least that have these things live, or at least live to the point of being able to use the interface and see if you'd be comfortable using the technology, I think is a big plus.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely something you want to play around with before it gets to your home, and something that you can make sure you like. So I think that's going to do it for guided cooking programs. Thanks.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for appliance tips and updates from Miele Appliance.
Your feedback is what shapes our series. Like what you saw? Give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you.
Stay informed and inspired on all your appliance needs. This is Appliance Advisors signing off.